solutions and recommendations to inform nutrition policies and actions that foster healthy diets and improve public health outcomes. Secondly, we are dedicated to strengthening the research competencies of emerging nutrition scientists in Africa. We envision an Africa where high-quality evidence is readily available and effectively utilized to tackle nutrition challenges. Founded with a commitment to evidence-based research and community engagement, NDDI has been at the forefront of nutrition advocacy and policy development. We collaborate with stakeholders across sectors to coordinate and implement high-level nutrition research programs and initiatives. Our work spans across research, education, and policy advocacy, ensuring that we address the multifaceted challenges of nutrition and health. This we achieve through our interdisciplinary research work groups like food environment, obesity and non-communicable diseases, pediatric nutrition, nutrition methods and technology, nutrition care process implementation, and lots more. And professional development programs just as our Young African Nutrition Scholars, the YANs, Learning and Expert Exchange Hub, Emerging Leaders Research Grant Award, etc. Our base is in Nigeria, where we have a broad team of experts across the various geopolitical zones and in diverse areas of nutrition and development. We are also expanding to other African countries. Our YouTube channel is an extension of our commitment to knowledge sharing, capacity building, and community engagement. Here you will find a wealth of resources designed to empower researchers, nutritionists, and anyone interested in nutrition and public health. One of our flagship series is the Learning Hub. This webinar series is aimed at equipping researchers with essential tools to enhance their research competence. Whether you're looking to master statistical software like SPSS, NVivo, or learn nutrition-specific tools, our Learning Hub series has got you covered. We bring experts to guide you through practical hands-on sessions, ensuring that you not only understand the tools but also know how to apply them effectively in your work. Another exciting series we offer is Expert Exchange. This series highlights the work of nutritionists across different sectors through engaging interviews and discussions. You'll gain insights into their experiences, challenges, and successes. It's a fantastic opportunity to learn from the best in the field and be inspired by their journeys. Each episode is designed to provide you with valuable knowledge and practical advice that you can apply in your own professional practice. Aside from our Learning Hub series, our Expert Exchange series, you can expect to see other content which can include excerpts from speaking engagement, interview sessions to highlight the work that our members do in NDDI, and lots more. Rest assured that we are committed to providing you with value through our YouTube page, so expect to see top-notch content. We are excited to have you join our community. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment, let us know what topics you would like us to cover in our webinar series for future videos. Your feedback is invaluable to us. Follow us on our social media platforms at NDDI Africa for more updates and join our mission to promote healthy diets and improve public health. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to embarking on this journey with you. Hello and welcome to the Nutrition Drive for Healthy Diet Initiative NDDI official YouTube channel. My name is Udrona, Research Associate and Coordinator of the Learning and Expert Exchange Hub at NDDI, and today I'm excited to introduce you to our mission, our work, and what you can expect from our channel. At NDDI, our mission has two key facets. First, we are committed to developing data-driven, evidence-based solutions and recommendations to inform nutrition policies and actions that foster healthy diets and improve public health outcomes. Secondly, we are dedicated to strengthening the research competencies of emerging nutrition scientists in Africa. We envision an Africa where high-quality evidence is readily available and effectively utilized to tackle nutrition challenges. Founded with a commitment to evidence-based research and community engagement, NDDI has been at the forefront of nutrition advocacy and policy development. We collaborate with stakeholders across sectors to coordinate and implement high-level nutrition research programs and initiatives. Our work spans across research, education, and policy advocacy, ensuring that we address the multifaceted challenges of nutrition and health. This we achieve through our interdisciplinary research work groups like food environment, obesity and non-communicable diseases, pediatric nutrition, nutrition methods and technology, nutrition care process implementation, and lots more. And professional development programs just as our Young African Nutrition Scholars, the YANs, Learning and Expert Exchange Hub, Emerging Leaders Research Grant Award, etc. Our base is in Nigeria, where we have a broad team of experts across the various geopolitical zones and in diverse areas of nutrition and development. We are also expanding to other African countries. Our YouTube channel is an extension of our commitment to knowledge sharing, capacity building, and community engagement. Here you will find a wealth of resources designed to empower researchers, nutritionists, and anyone interested in nutrition and public health. One of our flagship series is the Learning Hub. This webinar series is aimed at equipping researchers with essential tools to enhance their research competence. Whether you're looking to master statistical software like SPSS, NVivo, or learn nutrition-specific tools, our Learning Hub series has got you covered. We bring experts to guide you through practical hands-on sessions, ensuring that you not only understand the tools but also know how to apply them effectively in your work. Another exciting series we offer is Expert Exchange. This series highlights the work of nutritionists across different sectors through engaging interviews and discussions. You'll gain insights into their experiences, challenges, and successes. It's a fantastic opportunity to learn from the best in the field and be inspired by their journeys. Each episode is designed to provide you with valuable knowledge and practical advice that you can apply in your own professional practice. Aside from our Learning Hub series, our Expert Exchange series, you can expect to see other content which can include excerpts from speaking engagements, interview sessions to highlight the work that our members do in NDDI and lots more. Rest assured that we are committed to providing you with value through our YouTube page. So expect to see top-notch content. We are excited to have you join our community. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment, let us know what topics you would like us to cover in our webinar series for future videos. Your feedback is invaluable to us. Follow us on our social media platforms at NDDI Africa for more updates and join our mission to promote healthy diets and improve public health. Thank you for watching and we look forward to embarking on this journey with you. Hello and welcome to Nutrition Drive for Healthy Diet Initiative NDDI official YouTube channel. My name is Udrona, Research Associate and Coordinator of the Learning and Expert Exchange Hub at NDDI, and today I'm excited to introduce you to our mission, our work, and what you can expect from our channel. At NDDI, our mission has two key facets. First, we are committed to developing data-driven, evidence-based solutions and recommendations to inform nutrition policies and actions that foster healthy diets and improve public health outcomes. Secondly, we are dedicated to strengthening the research competencies of emerging nutrition scientists in Africa. We envision an Africa where high-quality evidence is readily available and effectively utilized to tackle nutrition challenges. Founded with a commitment to evidence-based research and community engagement, NDDI has been at the forefront of nutrition advocacy and policy development. We collaborate with stakeholders across sectors to coordinate and implement high-level nutrition research programs and initiatives. Our work spans across research, education, and policy advocacy, ensuring that we address the multifaceted challenges of nutrition and health. This we achieve through our interdisciplinary research work groups like food environment, obesity and non-communicable diseases, pediatric nutrition, nutrition methods and technology, nutrition care process implementation, and lots more. And professional development programs such as our Young African Nutrition Scholars, the YANS, Learning and Expert Exchange Hub, Emerging Leaders Research Grants Award, etc. Our base is in Nigeria, where we have a broad team of experts across the various geopolitical zones and in diverse areas of nutrition and development. We are also expanding to other African countries. Our YouTube channel is an extension of our commitment to knowledge sharing, capacity building, and community engagement. Here you will find a wealth of resources designed to empower researchers, nutritionists, and anyone interested in nutrition and public health. One of our flagship series is the Learning Hub. This webinar series is aimed at equipping researchers with essential tools to enhance their research competence. Whether you're looking to master statistical software like SPSS, NVivo, or learn nutrition-specific tools, our Learning Hub series has got you covered. We bring experts to guide you through practical hands-on sessions, ensuring that you not only understand the tools, but also know how to apply them effectively in your work. Another exciting series we offer is Expert Exchange. This series highlights the work of nutritionists across different sectors through engaging interviews and discussions. You'll gain insights into their experiences, challenges, and successes. It's a fantastic opportunity to learn from the best in the field and be inspired by their journeys. Each episode is designed to provide you with valuable knowledge and practical advice that you can apply in your own professional practice. Aside from our Learning Hub series, our Expert Exchange series, you can expect to see other content which can include excerpts from speaking engagements, interview sessions, to highlight the work that our members do in NDDI and lots more. Rest assured that we are committed to providing you with value through our YouTube page. So expect to see top-notch content. We are excited to have you join our community. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment, let us know what topics you would like us to cover in our webinar series for future videos. Your feedback is invaluable to us. Follow us on our social media platforms at NDDI Africa for more updates and join our mission to promote healthy diet and improve public health. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to embarking on this journey with you. Hello and welcome to Nutrition Drive for Healthy Diet Initiative, NDDI official YouTube channel. My name is Udrona, Research Associate and Coordinator of the Learning and Expert Exchange Hub at NDDI, and today I'm excited to introduce you to our mission, our work, and what you can expect from our channel. At NDDI, our mission has two key facets. First, we are committed to developing data-driven, evidence-based solutions and recommendations to inform nutrition policies and actions that foster healthy diets and improve public health outcomes. Secondly, we are dedicated to strengthening the research competencies of emerging nutrition scientists in Africa. We envision an Africa where high-quality evidence is readily available and effectively utilized to tackle nutrition challenges. Founded with a commitment to evidence-based research and community engagement, NDDI has been at the forefront of nutrition advocacy and policy development. We collaborate with stakeholders across sectors to coordinate and implement high-level nutrition research programs and initiatives. Our work spans across research, education, and policy advocacy, ensuring that we address the multifaceted challenges of nutrition and health. This we achieve through our interdisciplinary research work groups like food environment, obesity and non-communicable diseases, pediatric nutrition, nutrition methods and technology, nutrition care process implementation, and lots more. And professional development programs just as our Young African Nutrition Scholars, the YANs, Learning and Expert Exchange Hub, Emerging Leaders Research Grant Award, etc. Our base is in Nigeria, where we have a broad team of experts across the various geopolitical zones and in diverse areas of nutrition and development. We are also expanding to other African countries. Our YouTube channel is an extension of our commitment to knowledge sharing, capacity building, and community engagement. Here you will find a wealth of resources designed to empower researchers, nutritionists, and anyone interested in nutrition and public health. One of our flagship series is the Learning Hub. This webinar series is aimed at equipping researchers with essential tools to enhance their research competence. Whether you're looking to master statistical software like SPSS, NVivo, or learn nutrition-specific tools, our Learning Hub series has got you covered. We bring experts to guide you through practical hands-on sessions, ensuring that you not only understand the tools, but also know how to apply them effectively in your work. Another exciting series we offer is Expert Exchange. This series highlights the work of nutritionists across different sectors through engaging interviews and discussions. You'll gain insights into their experiences, challenges, and successes. It's a fantastic opportunity to learn from the best in the field and be inspired by their journeys. Each episode is designed to provide you with valuable knowledge and practical advice that you can apply in your own professional practice. Aside from our Learning Hub series, our Expert Exchange series, you can expect to see other content which can include excerpts from speaking engagements, interview sessions, to highlight the work that our members do in NDDI and lots more. Rest assured that we are committed to providing you with value through our YouTube page. So expect to see top-notch content. We are excited to have you join our community. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment, let us know what topics you would like us to cover in our webinar series for future videos. Your feedback is invaluable to us. Follow us on our social media platforms at NDDI Africa for more updates and join our mission to promote healthy diets and improve public health. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to embarking on this journey with you.
Okay, hello everyone, and you are most welcome to today's webinar. Um, this is the second day of the webinar titled MyFood24 Tool, Revolutionizing Nutrition Tracking and Dietary Data Analysis. And we all believe, for everyone who attended the first day of this two-day series, we can attest that it was a great foundation that was laid. And today we would not waste much time. Our facilitator is around and of course ever ready to let us dive deeper into the practical aspects of using MyFood24 in nutrition tracking and dietary data analysis. So please let us be ready and get set for the next couple of minutes or hours where we will get to understand the real way to harness this tool to enhance both our research and our practice. So I would want to use this opportunity to invite our facilitator, Dr. Chinwe Uzokwe, who is a public health nutritionist and has been instrumental in the development of the West African version of this MyFood24 tool. So please, Ma, you have the floor now. You're welcome, and please proceed.
Thank you. Thank you, Gideon, and thank you, everyone, for joining us this afternoon. I'll just share my slide. Is it sharing?
Yes, we can see your slide.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find my screen, the one that I'm. So is it on slideshow? I can't see. Okay, I can't see myself now. So it's not yet on slideshow. Yeah, so
Yes,
thank you,
perfect.
everyone, and welcome to the practical section of this webinar. And I'm hoping that by now we understand the importance of accurate dietary assessments. And hopefully this evening we'll be able to use MyFood24 website to analyze food intake and see how it works, as a researcher to set up projects, and also as a participant to fill in a food diary. And hopefully we also get the chance to look at some of the results and extracts from the system. So I need to toggle between screens, and I hope I'll be able to do that. Otherwise, I will stop sharing and then just share the MyFood24 websites. Uh, okay, I'll just stop sharing. Sorry, guys. Then I can share my I still see my screen. Gideon.
No, not
Okay.
yet. It hasn't
Okay.
come up.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear the facilitator. Is it just one person that's having this issue? Please, you can
No,
let us
we
know
can't
in
see her screen anymore.
yes. Her screen is not yet up. Yeah, I was actually referring to the comment about the audio. All right, please go ahead.
The audio is sounding
Okay, thank you.
very clear.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So MyFood24 system is like the platform is like a skeleton where an individual researcher can, flesh it out and use it to meet the needs of their project. So it has multi, functions that it may even be too much for a particular project. So it depends on what you want to do or what you want to be able to do with the system. So it's kind of multifunctional to kind of suit particular projects. So first of all, we'll be starting out with showing you how MyFood24 works as a researcher. So if you're using it as a researcher or using it as a lecturer to guide students on their projects, their research project, or using it to collect data from anywhere. So that's what we'll start with. And then after this, I will show you how it works as a teaching tool. That way you'll be able to see how the results show and how you can interpret some of the results. So we'll start with the researcher platform. So this is MyFood24. So from Monday, you should be able to get a login. Be able to get that's noisy. You should be able to get login to thank you. You should be able to get a login email to see what I'm showing you now. You'll not be able to see today, unfortunately. I mean, you'll not be able to try it out today, unfortunately. So by Monday, everyone who attended and participated in this webinar will be able to get a 7-day free trial. Another thing I forgot to also mention yesterday was that apart from the fact that MyFood24 is an online tool that the participants can use it to self-record their food intake, it can also be used by the researcher itself to collect information from the participants. So if you have research participants, I remember your question yesterday was, can illiterates, use the tool? So if you feel your participants cannot use a smartphone, you can collect the information on their behalf. So it's more like interviewing them. So you show them the portion sizes, they'll describe the food for you, and then you show them portion sizes and they'll be able to choose. So it can be used as an interviewer-led tool and also as a self reporting tool by the participants. So as a researcher, you'll see all your projects. It could be one, it could be two, it could be multiple. So if you're using this as a lecturer, you're supervising students, you can have different students have, with their different titles filled here. So it could be as many as you want or as you add. So let's open one and then I'll go through how it works. So first of all, so this is so like I said, it's like a skeleton where you flesh it out depending on what you want to achieve or the data you want to collect from your participants. So you can see there are different tabs. There you have the create or edit project, content, reference intakes, reminders, diary options, databases, participants, and advanced. And I will go through all of them to tell you, what that means. So from the first one is title. So it's obvious. So you kind of put the title of your study or your project there. And then next we have the start date and the end date. So this is the period during which your participants will be able to submit a diary. So anytime after this time, your participants will be able, the link will no longer be valid for them to submit their food diary. And then the time zone, you set it depending on where your participants live. This is particularly important if you're timing their dietary intake. So if you want them to put information about when they ate certain foods, breakfast, lunch, or whatever they have eaten. So it's important to set this to be at the time zone of the participants. And then the contact detail, next is the allow multiple diary submission. So in most cases where you use this, where you need for your participants to submit more than one food diary, you need to tick the allow multiple diary submission. Otherwise, as soon as they do the first one, they can't use that same link to submit a second one. The system will not allow them. So that's why I said you set the platform to meet the needs of your project, of your research, of your study. And then you have contact details. In this case, you put the email address of the researcher because the email reminders, automated emails usually come from MyFood24, an automated email address that you can reply to. So usually the system will ask you for an email address in case the participants want to reach out to you. And then you have the external link and the request link. So this works for if you have, for example, you're collecting some other data like their socioeconomic status using an online questionnaire. For example, you have the online survey. They usually have a link, for you to link their questionnaire with an external link. So that's the link you put there so that as soon as your participants finish submitting a diary, it will link to that questionnaire. If that makes sense, please, if you have questions as we go along, just drop it in the chat box. I know it is going to be a lot of information to give you, but I promise you when you get access to this, you see that it's easy to work around it. And then the default language, so you can see English and some other language. The essence of this is so that because MyFood24 has databases in different languages, English is one of them. You also have German, you have French. So this language is actually to help you select. It will be for databases in English. So it will show you databases in English when you select English. And of course, the West African database is in English, and also many other databases is in English. And then we move to content. So this is more like providing more information about your study. So you have the welcome message, and all of these are the things that will be contained in the email like messages that will be sent out by MyFood24 to your participants. So when they log into the system, like to use it, it will ask them, it will welcome them, and thank them for being part of the study. So you just write whatever it is according to your study. And then you have the project instruction. So this is where you tell them, what to do, that you want them to put food diary, how many you want them to put, just information about the project and what you want them to do. And then about what the project is also about, you provide it there. Then contact them. Contact us is you give them information on who to contact if they need anything, if they have questions about the study. And then this, is there anything you've forgotten? So you can tick this, like you can put some, information about foods that you think that your participants may forget. So you just put it there. So that's why I said you use this according to what you want to achieve with your study. So it's quite useful to have all these things, and you can choose it based on your needs. And then the email invite subject. So when automated emails go out to your participants to remind them to invite them to submit a diary, what do you want the subject of the email to be? Things like that. What do you want the content of the email to be? Also the reminder. You have email reminder subject because you can set the system to remind participants to submit a diary if they haven't submitted a diary. And so this will be the subject of the email reminder, and this will be the actual message that you want them, that you want to send out to them. And then after they have completed the diary, there's also a thank you email that will be sent out to them. All of these are automated if you want them to be automated. Otherwise, it can be done manually, but I'll show you how to do that as we move along. And then the next is the the reference intake. So the reference intake, this has to do with, so if you're looking at a particular demography, so you can set these figures, either you can use the free text to type, or you can just use the the arrows move up and down, the slides to move the sliders to move up and down to to change this figure. So depending on your participants, if there are recommended reference intakes in the region, you can just set it here, because at the end of the diaries, you can also set the diary to show them how far along they are meeting all of these reference intakes. And then the next one is a reminder. I've said a bit of this before. So MyFood24 has the ability to send up to 9 reminders to participants that haven't completed the diaries after you've sent it down to them. So all of this, you can set up the system to do this. And it's quite helpful when you have features like this in a system for dietary assessment, because people can be carried away with, several commitments, life happens and people just forget. So these reminders are a way to also help participants to submit diaries. So these are more like questions that you can tick off for, like how you want, what you want, or who you want to be part of the study. So for example, the show eligibility question. So you want, like you might include some eligibility that you want a participant to meet before they can submit a food diary. In that case, if they don't meet it, they will not allow them to to submit a diary. It's not allowing them to submit a diary. The same way with consent questions. If you're dealing with a particular age group that you really want them to to consent before they can fill out the diary. And then you have show participant unique identifier. So these are more like ticking yes or no, what you want and what you don't want. So, but participant unique identifier, I'll talk about it as we go along. So you can tick the system to either show it or not to show it. And then the next one is on completion, display calorie summary. So this is a case where your participants can see a summary of what they have eaten. So it's to summarize the calorie at the end of the completing a food diary. So you can tick it, like you can tick yes or no, but you also have to be mindful here. If you're doing a more than 1 day, 24-hour report, for example, remember that if participants see how they have done in the first day, it may affect how they eat, in the subsequent days. So, and that could introduce bias to your study. So this is actually meant to be for educational purpose. So our advice to use it if you're looking at only a single 24-hour dietary report, rather than when you're doing multiple. Then next is that reset food diary after 24 hours. Usually we tick no, except for ethics reason, you need to reset food diary after 24 hours. So usually we leave that as no. And then the log specific time for food entry. So if you don't have any need for knowing when your participants are eating, usually if you're not doing anything related to food timing or metabolic health, you don't have to click yes for that. And the audit log also depends on, it's still about the time. So for the audit log, if you tick it, then it means when you're eating the food, like when you're recording it, to ask you whether that is the time you ate the food. It's more like a confirmation to know if that is actually when you ate the food. So we usually don't use that if you're not looking at the timing of food consumption. And then the next is the log consumption method. So this is where, for example, if there are consumption method, like if your participants use sipping or things like that. So that will mostly be relevant if you're looking at patients in a clinical setting where they use other consumption method, other than chewing, maybe sipping or something like that. And then you can set the system as well to show you the welcome screen. You can set it to hide or show you the dietary converter. So dietary converter is, for example, if because most of the foods, the portion weights are in grams. So if you ate something that was in ounce and you want to convert it, so instead of going to Google to type what is the equivalent of this in grams, the diary can show you how to can easily do that for you to convert metrics. And then the last one here is diary completion question. If you want them to tell you whether they had any vitamins, minerals, or supplements, if the food was representative of the day, or if they have any further feedback or comments, you can set that according to your need. And then we go to databases. So, like I said, there are different databases. So here it's showing me only databases in English because I clicked English. So if I had selected another language, it should have shown me databases that are available in that language. So all of these databases are in English. And as you can see our West African databases, the two of them are there. We also have the branded UK database and also the generic database. So you just tick whichever you want. So if you click on it, it highlights it, So that is that for that. And then participants. So this is where you invite like participants to take part in your study. I remember somebody asking me yesterday about how for ethical reasons, how does MyFood24 treat personal information that have been submitted to them? So there are three different ways to invite a participant to take part in the research. So the first one is where you invite them automatically. So there's this Excel templates here that you download and fill out their names, email addresses, of your participants, and then you upload it. And when you upload it, you can send invitation emails to all your participants. However, we know that for ethical reasons, you may not want the system to have their names and email addresses, so you can just decide to use another two methods, which I will show you. Where in one of them, the system doesn't allocate any identifier to them at all, and in the second one, it will identify, like it will allocate an ID to them, but only you will know what that who that participant is. So this is an example of the. So these are the two ways to invite the participants. So this particular, the first one has just a link without the user ID. So if you are inviting participants that you don't know, that you don't need to know who they are, you're not linking their dietary data with any other information from elsewhere, then you can use the first one because you're not linking anybody to any other information collected elsewhere. However, if you're collecting other forms of data that you would need to link their diary intake, their diary data is with, for example, their socioeconomic information or the anthropometry, then you use the second one. In this case, where you have this user ID, you can just type 1, 2, 3, 4, or whichever ID you want to use. You use the same in the other like questionnaire. So it's only you, for example, you know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is Ada Obe, but the system doesn't know that 1, 2, 3, 4 is Adobe. The system only knows it as 1, 2, 3, 4. If that makes sense, please let me know if you have questions in the chat box. So that is that for setting up your project. And then this is the participants. So as soon as you click this one, you see all these participants that have accepted and those that you've invited. And then the support here is, so these are like user manual. Probably when you have access to MyFood24 and you don't have issue, you're confused about how to, or you can't remember all I've taught you today, you can just download any of these manuals. You can see there is researcher, the one in French, for German, for Australian, and then you can use that of UK for what I have just taught now because it's the same thing. Okay, I will pause now to see if we have questions. Do you have questions, Gideon? I can't see the chat box yet.
Not yet. We don't for now. I think everyone is following. They will drop their questions if they do at any point.
Okay. Right. Right. So I will now show you the teaching one. You can still see my screen. So the teaching one has less because it's for teaching. So you can see it doesn't have as much tabs as we had for the researcher one. So it doesn't have content. It doesn't have all those diary options, participants, and all that because this is mainly for teaching. And teaching in a classroom setting. So as in the other one, you have to put the title, the start and the end dates, the time zone. You can collect sex, for example, if I want to see the sex of the people in the class and age, pick the same thing, and then you can also select the databases. We'll be using this particular one for this session. So I've only chosen the West African database and the UK branded database because I understand that some of the foods we eat in Nigeria can come from the UK market. So I've ticked that. And then, but I also like to get your feedback. If there's any particular food that you wanted to put this evening and you don't find it, please let me know in the comment section and I will make a note of that. And then just like the other one as well, we have the reference intake of all the nutrients. So you can set this according to the demography that you're looking at. So, right. So I will now bring up my slides again and share what we'll be doing in the next few minutes. I wish I can toggle between my slides. I don't know, my screens. I don't know how to do that. Sorry. I may have to close this first. Oops, no. I'll stop sharing, right? Is it on slideshow, Gideon? Okay, I think it is now. So Gideon, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So can you guys, maybe I'll put it in the chat box as well. If you can. Oops, what has happened now?
Okay, yes, we can see your screen at that point, and we can hear you as well. Apologies.
All right. Now, if you can open that link. Has it come through in the chat box? I can't hear anyone. Are you able to? Is the link working, guys?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Someone said I have opened mine, so it's working.
Okay. Okay, good. So
Yes.
if you click on that link, you'll be able to sign in. So put the project code is on the screen, it's showing on the screen now. PYGC 824 triple zeros, and then you put your email address. If you do that, you should be able to activate your account with the verification link that will be sent to your email. Have you done that?
The code is on the screen for those of you asking about the webinar code. You can see it on the screen, the PYGZA. Is it possible that do you have it somewhere, Ma, so that we could just paste it on the chat box? Or
Yeah.
okay, yes, I think someone has managed to share that. All right, please
Okay.
go
Thank
ahead.
you. So put the code and your um email address. Are people still struggling with finding the project code? If can I get some responses? If you have been able to create an account, can I see yes in the chat box, please? So Akona, you worked. Just saying invalid. Please check again that you're putting in the right code. PYGZ8 2400. Akuna Onyekachi Ganiyat, did you receive an activation link sent to your email? Okay, good. So it means it's working. So guys, those that didn't get the code, can you try again in case you put? So the code is case sensitive. So make sure you're using the correct letters. Akuna, was there space between the letters and the numbers? Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Hafsat, I don't know why yours is showing invalid. It's actually 000, 24300. Not 20. Sorry, guys. The one here is wrong. So this is the correct one. PYGZA 24300. So use the one on this screen. Any progress with those that couldn't open it? The link is not opening on my end. Hafsat, can you try with this code train on the screen now? And let me know. I want all of us to be on the same page before I proceed. I really don't know why yours is still showing invalid code. Apart from Hafsat, any other persons showing invalid code? Okay, Hafsat. Okay, good. It has worked now for you. Aisha, you want to check your internet if you've got internet? Apart from Aisha, any other person still struggling? I guess we can move on at this point. So, and then this is how you can submit a diary. So once you log into your account, you search for on the app or on the system, you see search for items and you can see the different meals. You see breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and drink. Then you can click on the plus icon to select each of the breakfast, the meals. Yeah, to select the food you have eaten for each of the meals showing there. And then it asks you for the portion size. You choose either using the pictures or weights, or if you know the exact amount that you choose that you ate, you can still put the exact weight. Then you can also ask you to either add more items, delete it, edit, things like that. Then you can also see a place to build a recipe. So for example, if you ate a mixed diet and you want to put it from the scratch, you want to build the recipe from the scratch, you can do that. And it will ask you to review and submit, and to tell you thank you for using MyFood24. So I will show that in the next slide. So you can see, for example, this is how it will show. Let me know if you can see this on your system as well, please, guys. Let me know if you can see this. Oh yeah, it's asking you to use a strong password, yeah, for security reasons. So you may have to use a strong password, or you can ask Google to suggest a strong password to you. Yeah, Shehu, sorry, you may want to use a stronger one. If it makes sense, like if the password makes sense or looks like an English word, it's tell you to use a strong password. So even if you use a combination of numbers, small and capital letters. Yeah, so you should be able to enter the food you have eaten. So try that and let's see how you get along with it. Enter your breakfast, your lunch, your your evening meal, your snack, and your drinks. If you've started entering your food, if you started completing the food diary, please type yes in the chat box. Let me be sure that people are following me, guys, please. Good, okay. Akuna, thank you. Yeah, well done, good luck. So let me know if there are foods that you can't find there as you enter your meals. Just put it in the chat box if you can't see any particular food that you ate. Yes, for the date, just choose today's date. If you're putting, before you start the diary, to ask you to choose the date that you consume the food. Click on today's date and it will kind of circulate and then it will let you proceed. You're welcome, Ahmad. Interesting. Thank you for letting me know, Akuna. So yeah, that's one of the um issues with that with databases. So like I said, the West Africa database still needs to be updated with more food. So thank you for letting me know that. But in this case, maybe you can choose, try to play around, like use some of the keywords in the food you ate and see if you can see something close to it that you can match to your food. Potato porridge. Okay. Is potato porridge eaten as a, is it like, is it, eaten as a, what's the word now? So not as a dough, not like the way we eat gari. So like porridge, not Nigerian kind of porridge. Because I know in Nigeria we call pottage porridge. So let me know what potato porridge means. Oh, okay. Yeah, so Nigerian porridge. Yes. Maybe you choose yam pottage. We have yam pottage there. But thanks for letting me know. Or you can build your, like you can build your recipe from the scratch, put potato, put every ingredient you use. The same applies to akuna for plantain bread. You can build your recipe from the scratch if you don't see the food you ate there. So if you're the one that prepared it, you can build it from the scratch. I know we have yam pottage, we have plantain pottage, but I'm not sure we have potato pottage. Yes, you're right. So you can build it from the scratch. If you haven't if you haven't started filling out the food diary, please put no in the chat box so that I know how many people we are still waiting for to start filling out the diary. Okay, Amarachi Mimoyemi, what's the challenge? Zinato, what's the challenge? Yes, so this is how you can build your recipe. So beside the search, you see recent and then you see recipes. There you can build your recipes. I should have displayed that earlier. We'll go to the chats. I haven't gotten the email. Oh, don't have access to active projects. What do you mean by access to active projects? You mean the project code didn't work for you, Amarachi? Hafsat, can you check your spam and see if it's there? Oh, Amarachi, thank you for letting me know you've sorted that out. Oreoluwa, I don't know what problem it is that I don't understand why you're having the problem. passcode. So do you mean the project code, or is it something else you're referring to? Mimoyemi, you may want to ask Google to suggest a strong password for you if you're referring to your password, if they're telling your password is not strong. The project code. Somebody types the project code here. Yeah, thanks,
Yes,
Gideon. I've
yes,
just put it now. Well,
yes.
without the
I also
space.
dropped it. Okay, please don't use this space. Okay.
So those of you already filling out the diary, how are you finding it? Is it user-friendly? Are you struggling to use it? So imagine yourself as a participant submitting food diary. I'd like to hear your feedback as well on how you're finding filling out the food diary. Okay, thanks for that feedback, John, Ahmed. If you finish and you complete, let me know. Just put completed in the chat box so that I can know when to move on. So you can choose your image. Most of you must have already done this. I need to go to the chat, see what people are saying. I tried developing my recipe, but it takes me back to what I selected before that I canceled. I don't quite get that. Akuna, you want to explain more? So, Deborah, well done. Ogene, I don't know why that is happening to you. Did you check your spam mail to see if it's there, your spam box? And did you put the right email as well? Did you put the right email address? Yes, I I can't agree less with you, Mukhtar, because at the time of development of this database, so reiterating what I said about there is need to include more food. At the time of this database development, the concentration was to get all the foods eaten in Nigeria. So all the raw foods are there, but for the dishes, for the cooked dishes that we put there, the concentration was for foods commonly eaten in the Southeast because that was where I was going to collect my data from. So I prioritize that because I have the knowledge of, Southeastern foods, South foods. So, but for other foods in other parts of the country, I made sure that there were raw ingredients that people can use to build their recipes. Yes, but thank you for that feedback. Am I still sharing my slide, Gideon?
Yes, we can see
Okay.
your slide.
Okay. That's a bit sure.
There's actually a concern about email.
Yes, I've seen that. I mean, people have been able to access the diary,
Yeah.
so it could be a problem of either be sure that you put the correct email.
Okay.
And yeah, Ahmad has submitted. Thank you for letting me know. I'll also be sharing this my work that has been published, so you can read it up to. You can have a look to see what we did there. But Mukta, did you find the raw ingredients to build those dishes that you didn't find? Okay, thanks for letting me know. So more work can be done here. I mean, we've only just started, so if you're interested and if you know how best to get funding for this, it would be good to collaborate and partner with some of our intelligent researchers in Nigeria to expand on what has already been done. Oh, sorry to hear that, Amarachi. Where are we getting the food diary? Okay, I will share the link again. Much I've shared the link to to commit a, to complete a food diary. So you need to put your email address and a project code. The project code is case sensitive. Then you should receive a verification link sent to your email to activate the diary. So second person has submitted. If I get up to 5, okay, three people have submitted. If I get up to 5, then I can start showing you some of the results. Oh, cool. It's actually easier than I thought. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. And you've submitted. Good. One more submitted and we'll crack on. Yes, good luck. Another thing with this with the system is that if you type any food, so although the food mostly written in English, so things like oha, if you type oha, even though you will not see oha on the database showing to, but we have also included local names. We have included common wrong spellings of that particular food, to help people find the food, even when they don't type the exact words that would usually display to you. Thanks, John. So, but there's still a lot to do on this database, to be honest. So, a lot still needs to be done. So, anyone that is interested can get in touch. If you remember when I was going through my slides, I show you where you can put information on foods that are easily forgotten. So, for example, in this one, you have put in some of the commonly forgotten foods. You put it while you're still setting up your project in case there are foods that are easily forgotten among your participants. So, so that at the end of before they submit their diary, to ask them to, in case they have forgotten it, and they'll ask them to either return to the diary or to continue. And then you should be able to see, thank you. Okay, I think we can. I start looking at the results now. So I will share my. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. See your screen.
Okay. So you can see about 12 of you. So you can see the NDDI. So there are 3 projects showing here, NDDI webinar practical teaching. So there are 28 of you have clicked on that link to start, to submit a diary, but only 12 of you have submitted. So this is also another way to monitor what people are doing in your project, how many people have submitted, how many people have completed. And then, so let's look at the results. So if you well, I'll get to that, but let's look at this report. So you just click on view reports. And so this is showing the average of your intake. So amongst the 12 of you, that's okay, 15 now, 15 participants have submitted now. You can see it's showing the average. So the average is showing that, 11,329. That's a lot. Well, I guess probably you guys are just also trying it out to see, or maybe that's what you guys actually consumed. I don't know. Yeah, so this will show the average of the calorie, energy, calorie, protein, fats, all the nutrients. And remember, you can set the nutrients that you want to show your participants. So all these reports also works for the researcher platform, like for your participants to see. Although you recorded this as a student, but the same reports can also be shown to your participants at the end of their report, at the end of their diary. And then next here, you can look at the contributors to different nutrients. So, for example, for calories, so many of you, some of you chose rice, white rice. So it's contributing about um 2,473%. So that's a lot of the reference. So you can see the contribution of each of the foods that were chosen in your diaries. So the reference intake of that particular nutrient. So you can see for protein, for example, and check for fiber. And check for fiber. So you can check for different nutrients of interest that you want to see. And then the macronutrient analysis, this shows like the percentage of the macronutrients for the diaries submitted. I actually don't know why it's not showing anything. And then this kind of, you can see the different nutrients and how your breakfast, lunch, evening, dinner, snack, and drink contribute to these different nutrients. So if you click on each of these tabs, you can see changing as you go. So these are how your different meals contributed to these nutrients. And like I said, you can also set these nutrients to show you what you want to see. So this, similar to that one, also showing you the average intake of this. In comparison to the reference. So you can see for some of them, it has the reference for male and female, and then to show you the average, and you can see from the graph, from the bar charts, how far away the average intake is from the reference intakes. Yeah, so same thing here, looking at the contribution of this to the, by each of the participants. It's showing like, so yeah, it's not like showing the individual nutrients for each of the participants. So beneath it is for each participant, and then this is showing the energy. So here now is the calorie, is the energy, this is the protein, fat for each of the participants. So you can see there is no identifier. This participants, no name. It hasn't asked you for any name, no email address. And this is also the individual data for the different, like it kind of shows the range of the different nutrients. So you can see this showing a range of energy, protein, things like that. All of these are interesting to see what you can actually see. Then based on the age as well, to show you, I'm not sure, I didn't take age. I didn't set the diary to ask you for age. So I'm not surprised that nothing is showing here, because I didn't have these categories of age. I think I asked you to ask for sex. So you can see for different sex, your intake of these particular nutrients. And you can download as well. You can download this report. If you download it, it will also show you just the same thing you're saying, just in case if you want to use it in a presentation or something like that. So you can download it. So yeah, this sustainability analysis, we don't have all these metrics in the West Africa Food Database, the greenhouse emission, the land use, and the water use. We don't have it, so just ignore this. We will not be using it if we're using database from the West Africa. So I'll be looking to see if I can see any questions. I tried to edit my portion for a recipe. I had on the option of deleting it. I don't know why. I don't know if that's how the app is. Yeah, you can delete it, like delete that particular food that you have put. Delete it and then put it again. I'm not sure you can edit it. Yeah, I think I'm not sure you can delete it, but yeah, so guys, I would like to have your feedback on what you think about these reports that you can see with this. And then I will show you as a researcher how you can get the information if you want to analyze and see what your participants, how they are doing. So this one is very good for, to show you graphically what is happening, you know. So if you guys, are you guys still with me? I can't see any feedback in the chat box. Okay, thanks, Amachi. So what you will see, like I was telling, like I said at the beginning of this of this practical session, that you can set up MyFood24 as a researcher or as a teacher, as a lecturer teaching people. So what I have just shown you the reports from what you have entered. That platform was from a teacher platform. And that was why, beside here, you could see reports, view reports, because you can show like graphically, how you guys, like what you guys have entered this evening. But then I have signed back into a researcher platform. And now you can see, I can't see the view reports again. I can now see extracts. So if you click on this extracts, it will show me all you have, submitted. So it will download it into an Excel sheet where you can see all the nutrients in grams and milligrams and things like that. Let me share my. Sorry, what can you see, Gideon? Is this still my MyFood24 website, or can you see the Excel?
Okay, yes, we can see the Excel.
Okay.
Yes, we can, but it is not yet opened.
Oh yes, it's not opened yet. So if you
Yes.
can still see the Excel, so you can see it downloads,
Yes,
it
breakdown and
extracts.
summary.
Yeah, 2 Excel files will be in that extract when you click on extract. So you see the breakdown and then the summary. So I'll show you what happens, what information you get from each of them. So this is very useful as a researcher. So you don't need to use pen and paper to start calculating, how many grams of um yam pottage did I eat, and then what is the composition of yam pottage or yam from West Africa Food Conversion Table, and then you start calculating. So this MyFood24 does the analysis automatically. Can you see the Excel file now open, Gideon?
Okay, yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes,
So this is the summary that it will show you. So you see for each of the respondents, it shows all the information. So this is the time that you clicked on that food diary to start entering it. rather the day that that project was created, and then this is now the type of, so just 1 day recall, and then you can see the vegetable, total vegetable. It's to calculate it, it's to combine all the vegetables you put in grams. So for each of these participants, you have all this information: the total fruits, the water, total nitrogen, protein. So all the nutrients are listed, are summarized, are summed up for each of your participants that have entered their information. So you can see 0, 0, 0, 0 for most of the macronutrients and micronutrients that are here. It's just because the information was not available in the databases that we used to compile this database. So it wasn't available in the Nigerian composition table, and it wasn't available in the West African one. However, I think to a large extent, some of the micronutrients are there, which is useful to see. So that is that for the summary one. So this is the participant summary. And then you can also see the breakdown. So you can see the breakdown of all what the participants ate. ate. Can you see my screen change, Gideon? Can you see a different Excel sheet?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes,
So
you
this
can
is
change.
giving a more detailed information about each of the participants. So if you can notice that for participants, for the first participant, row 2 to row 15, that's one participant, and it has shown all the food. So it has shown so this is a meal event here. I will highlight this in a color so that you can see what I mean. So this is the meal event. So breakfast, in case if you're trying to look at timing of eating, that could be important. Otherwise, you don't need it. And then you can see the food names. You can see the food categories. So if, for example, you're looking at dietary patterns and you want to group have food groups, so you can either use the food groups that are already here, or you can modify and because we use the food groups here according to what is already in the databases we use. I think they're up to 17 food groups or more. I can't remember off the top of my head now. But yeah, you can group the food because you can see them. If you're looking at dietary patterns analysis, you can see for each of the food, you can see the portion that was consumed, but then you can also see the grams, which you can use for your dietary pattern analysis. If you're also interested in the nutrients, if you're looking at particular nutrients for some disease outcomes, then you can look at the grams of these nutrients. They're all stated there for each of these participants. So you can see it has provided it in a long format. So if you're working on Stata or SPSS or R, you can just convert this long format into wide format so that each participant will be on a row. So for example, row 2 will be this participant, row 3 will be the next participant from here to here. And then you can have all their information listed per column, if that makes sense. So it shows the participants breakdown in a long format that you can convert to a wide format to use and do anything. So you can agree with me that it's very fast to use tools like this to conduct dietary assessments. You don't need to take months and months and months to do dietary nutrient conversion with composition databases and calculating it. So this does it automatically. As soon as you submit a food diary, all this is analyzed and you can just download these Excel files and work with it. I'll go to the chat box to see how can one use it as a healthcare. Well, it will be to contact MyFood24. MyFood24, at the moment, what I've showed you now is for research. So MyFood24 has what is called a health app that is used for that is used in the clinical setting here in the UK. So I'm thinking there'll be a way to work with it as a dietitian. It's just to contact MyFood24. I will drop um their email address shortly. Please, guys, ask your questions if you have any. If I can paste this, I don't know. Can I paste this? Oh, I can paste this QR code, so you can scan that. For the recipe entries, could we also upload snapshots? I'm not sure I understand what you mean, Onyekachi. Snapshots. So if you have done dietary assessments in the past, if you can also, that includes photographs of the food consumed. Yes, so if you're building a recipe, to ask you for each of those ingredients that are raw, it's to ask you for the weight of the food that you use. So the photographs are only available for food eating, like food at eating. So you can't see photograph for rice, uncooked rice. You can't see photograph for your raw yam. You can only see the weight. I don't know if I've answered your question, Onyekachi. Please let me know. Yeah, so if you're building your recipes from the scratch, it will ask you for the weight of the raw ingredients that you used. So if you have done food dietary assessments in the past, I would like to know what you think about having to have these extracts from your, from software like this in split seconds. Can we use this software for research since we have registered with MyFood24? Use this for research. I mean, you'll be having a 7-day trial from Monday. So end of the day, I will be able to provide the emails of those that have participated in this webinar. I think they have a particular criteria, and that will be sent to MyFood24 to give you free 7-day access to try it. And then if you want to use it, MyFood24 for your research, you can contact them. I didn't mention that MyFood24 is not free. So you have to pay a token because you tend to appreciate something more when you've committed something to it. So they understand we are from a developing country, and they usually support people to use tools like this without breaking a bank. So okay, yes, Index24. I haven't used Index24 before. Yes, might be, yeah. Okay. Do these apps have um foods eaten in Nigeria? Do they have Nigerian food composition databases? Index24 and TDA. I haven't used them before. What are we doing with this, ma? Sorry, what are you referring to, Hafsat? Can a respondent also include a photograph of the food? Yeah, I know Index24 was you, but I haven't used it before. So does it have the Nigerian food composition database within it? Can the respondents also include a photograph of the food which was consumed? Like, you mean uploading your photograph of the food? I'm not sure that you can do that on your Onyekachi.
Okay, yes. While the Q&A interactive section is going on, just because we want to also maximize time,
Yeah.
yes, I would put up a poll. It's still the same, or do you still have more to show, Dr. Cho?
No.
Okay, it's just
No,
the
that's
questions
all.
at the
Yeah.
point. Okay, all right,
Yeah,
yes,
I'm just
yes.
responding
So
to
yes, I will just
questions.
put up the poll so that we can please help us answer. It's still the same questions that you answered at the beginning of this section yesterday, so that we can gauge that knowledge has been transferred. So while I put it up, we can also continue to interact in the Q&A box. So please continue to answer the questions in the pool. Thank you. Please go ahead with the engagement. Okay, you need to stop sharing this
Yeah, sure.
slide, your screen, so I can share.
Yeah. Um,
So now you would have on your screen the poll questions. Please kindly try to attempt this. And continue to also drop your questions on the chat if you're able to at this point. Otherwise, we'll still give you room for that. Thank you. Thank you. Please keep sending in your answers. Thank you so much for your responses. Please, let's continue to fill up the pool. Thank you. Please, let's continue to answer. We just have 10%, 10% of the total participants that have completed these poll questions, the post test. And like we said, your feedback is completely anonymous. We would not know who has answered the questions, so we just want to use it to access the impacts this exciting section has had on you. We can't be able to quantify that totally because we know there's a lot that you've learned, but just help us complete this form. Thank you. 22% now. Thank you so much. Thank you. We truly appreciate. Thank you. I'm sure the link has been dropped also on the chat in case you're not able to answer this directly. Thank you so much for your response. In the next 2 minutes, we would end the poll. So please try to complete this. Yes, and when you do, please also hang on for some final closing comments. And of course, we still have some questions that may not have been fully attended to that we might consider addressing before we close. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. In about a minute, we'll end the poll. Okay, thank you so much for your feedback. I'm sure you would have seen what your what it looks like, your overall outcome. So we'll try and see if we have any final questions to address. Okay, I think someone has answered that about the issues around the password. Do you have any more questions? Otherwise, we would be wrapping up. And also, in the chat box, there is a feedback form just to have an idea about the webinar, what you think about it. Please, you can just open the link and complete it later on. So, like it has been mentioned, by next week, you will get access to this MyFood24 tool. We would have to grant access to our participants who actually participated in at least 50% of the both sections. So if you were actively if you were present in most part of these sections, you are sure that you would have access to this. And of course, our certificates will be sent out as we normally do. So we truly appreciate you, Dr. Chinwe, for taking out time and for your thoughtful answers and your discussions. So this, of course, is our first webinar for the year, and I can assure you that we have loads of webinars coming up. And of course, our webinars are practical hands-on sections cutting across all aspects of nutrition research and practice. We have food environment webinars that will come up. We have webinars around designs, how to design abstract, the graphical abstracts and posters, and so many others. So please ensure that you follow us on our pages, on our LinkedIn, on our X, and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can always revisit this section that just ended, particularly when you have access to that 7 days trial and you need some help. You can easily go back to what we have learned and of course take it up from there. So please, thank you so much, Dr. Chinwe. I don't know if you have any final comments to make before we wrap it up. Do you have anything?
Hiya. Yes, I wanted to just say someone said they couldn't still
Okay.
access the diary. I think it's a password issue. So I have dropped a link. So just so that everyone has an experience completing a diary. I have dropped a link and I've dropped it again now. So open that one. With that one, you won't have any need to put your email. So it just leads you directly to the food diary to complete one. I've also dropped how to contact MyFood24 for those asking for how to use it for their research or with patients. And I've also
That's
shared
great.
our work on developing the MyFood24 West Africa. If guys want to read it up to see what we actually did. So we're happy for more partnerships, collaboration to expand on what we have already done. So yes, thank you everyone for attending.
All
And
right.
thanks to the organizers too.
Okay, yes, thank you so much. It was a very exciting section, and thank you, our dear participants, for being here up until the end. We truly appreciate, and we look forward to also seeing you next time. Please, let's just while we close, please give our facilitator a round of applause with your favorite emojis. Please, want to see them just flow in. It's not been. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you everyone. We truly appreciate. And please follow us on our various platforms so that you would always get a notification of our next webinars, as we may not always it may not get to you at the right time, but when you follow us, you would have access to it. Thank you, and do have a great weekend. Take care. Bye, everyone.